Ramya. So in the previous session, I have explained you the first property of the carbon, that was the catenation. In this session, we are going to understand the second and most important property of the carbon, that is tetravalency. Before getting to know more about tetravalency, I would like to tell you that why carbon compounds are called as the organic compounds. Why it is called organic? Because if we are going to say something about something, there should be a reason behind it, right? So why carbon compounds are called as organic compounds? The first reason is the carbon compounds, they make a covalent bond between them. What is covalent bond? Covalent bond is nothing but the bond formed by sharing the electrons. If the electrons are shared between two atoms, if take an example, there are two carbon atoms and the carbon atoms share the electrons among them and the bond formed between them are the covalent bond. Clear? And the second thing is, most of the elements which exist in the nature, most of the carbon elements which exist in nature have a connectivity with the nature. The nature has more connectivity to the carbon compounds. Hence, it is called as the organic compound. Carbon compounds are called as organic compounds because it is having more connectivity with the nature. Clear? So now, let us understand more about tetravalency. You have understood why it is called as organic compounds, right? So now let us focus towards what is tetravalency. Why the carbon is having the property of tetravalency. The first thing is, carbon is having the valency 4. Why it is having valency 4? We know that the atomic number of carbon is 6, correct? And its electronic configuration is 2, 4. And 4 electron is found on the outermost orbit and its valency is 4. As the carbon is having 4 valence electron, it can bond with other 4 carbon atoms. Carbon is having 4 valence electrons on the surface of it, so it can bond with 4 other carbon atoms. For example, see, if there is a carbon atom, this carbon atom is having 4 valence electrons on its surface. So it can bond with other 4 carbon atoms, or it can also bond with the monovalent element. What is monovalent element? If suppose an element is required by 1 electron, if it is needed by 1 electron, that electron will be shared by the carbon. Take an example in this situation. See, I have just connected some monovalent elements along with the carbon. See here, as carbon is having 4 valence electrons, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can bond with 4 other carbon atoms. Here, I have bonded with 1 monovalent element, that is the chlorine. Why it is called monovalent? Because its valency is 1. Mono means 1. What is valency? It is the atom is having the 1 valency, hence it is called as monovalent. So the chlorine's atomic number is 17 and its outermost orbit is having 7 valence electron and its valency is 1. So this chlorine can attach with carbon and it can share the electron. So that by sharing 1 electron, what happens? The chlorine can now, it has a feeling that it obtained the octet configuration, correct? So what about iodine? Iodine is also monovalent. Bromine is also monovalent. So when the monovalent elements, when they combine with the carbon, they can share the electrons in such a way they form the covalent bond between them. Clear? So the next thing is, compounds of carbon are found with oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, sulfur and chlorine and many more elements. That means, see, the carbon can form, this carbon can form a compound. It can form a compound in such a way. It can form a compound with oxygen. It can form a compound with nitrogen, form a compound with hydrogen, sulfur, chlorine and many other elements as well. So when it formed the compound with these elements, what happened? These elements will have a specific property. That means carbon, when it combines with oxygen, it has the property of oxygen because it is combining with oxygen, right? So it has to share the property of oxygen. When carbon combines with nitrogen, it will be having the property of nitrogen as well. So that is the reason that carbon can form with many other elements, and when it is forming the compounds with many other elements, it will be having the properties of those elements. Clear? So next, carbon is stable. It is very stable. Why carbon is stable? It is the next property. See, why carbon is stable? Because see, when I look into the atomic size of the carbon is very small because it is having 4 valence electrons. That is the one reason. And second thing is, it is having only 6 protons on the surface of it. Hence, its atomic size is small. As its atomic size is small, what happens? It can have a strong bond between the other atoms which is going to combine with them. Okay, so carbon is stable. It is stable because its atomic size is small, and as its atomic size is small, the bond formed will be also strong. What is the bond formed between the carbon and carbon? It is the covalent bond, and this covalent bond is the strongest bond. Clear? So next is the bonds formed by the elements having the large atoms are much weaker. So these are the properties of the carbon. The first property which we have understood was the catenation, and the second was the tetravalency. Correct? The carbon only follows this property, hence it is having the largest branch in the chemistry. Okay, so now hope you all have a clear idea about these two properties. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can write it in the comment box. And if you feel this video is useful to you, and if you are able to follow the concept which I have been conveyed to you, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you.